Today, I want to talk about how to attract premium clients no matter where you are in your wedding cake business. Hi, I'm Jenny, and I help wedding cake makers be better business owners, attracting their ideal clients and booking more weddings. So, thank you for joining me here for our weekly wedding cake business tips. Okay, so today I want to talk about premium clients, luxury market. What does that mean? So, when I talk about premium clients, what I mean is that you are offering something that is beyond average, and you're looking for the people that are willing to pay for that. So that's what I mean by premium. So that there can be a lot of levels to that, but it just means that you're offering something a little bit more than what is already out there. Okay. So then how do you attract those clients? It's always been an issue that I hear from even my students is that there's a lot of price shoppers. There's a lot of people that don't really know what they're looking at when they're looking at your product, and you want to know how to attract them. Okay, so that's what I'm going to give you my 4 ways to do that. So the first thing that you have to do is obviously you have to show them that you are offering something that's special. So you have to use higher quality ingredients. You have to work on mastering your craft. You have to have some sort of expertise that, maybe you offer a different service, a different level of service that somebody else offers, or you have a specialty like sugar flowers or wafer paper flowers. So you are the first part of this equation. You have to have something that is superior to what is out there, and then that way what you want to do is find the people that are going to want to pay for that and that appreciate that. Okay, so then the second way that you do that is through your branding. So what you want to do is you take pictures of your best work. If you make a cake that isn't exactly what you want to be making in the future, don't post it. Post your best work, repost your best work, tag the people that you worked with on that wedding if you want to work with them again, tag the planners if it was a quality planner that you want to work with again, tag the location if it's a location that you feel that your work aligns with that. So you want to show up in your branding in that way. You leave out all the crap. I mean, I that's what I did. I remember when I first started, I made a NASCAR cake. Okay, so I mean, I love race cars, but not in a wedding, not in a wedding cake. And when I went and delivered this cake, I don't even think I have a picture of it. When I went and delivered this cake, I had a hat on, the sunglasses, and I snuck in and delivered it. I probably did take some pictures of it, but I didn't want to be known for that. I didn't want to make another NASCAR cake, so I made sure that I did not take pictures of it. I didn't show people pictures of that. I didn't really talk about it much. I mean, now I talk about it as a joke, but otherwise I would have been known for NASCAR cakes. So what I did is I left that out of my branding, and I just posted things and showed people things that I aligned with. And I would make dummy cakes, and make sure that I would take pictures of those so that I could show people instead of just showing them, even work that I've already done. I wanted to show them work that I want to do in the future. Okay, so get in your kitchen, master your craft, work on, your flavors and things like that, and then put that into your branding and make sure that when you're talking about what you do that is special, you mention those things. Okay. So then the third thing that you want to do is now you have to make connections. And what you want to do is you want to connect with the people that you want to be working with. So this takes time and it takes effort, and it's probably going to cost you a little money if you want to get into the big time circles, if you really want to break into the wedding cake luxury market. But you're going to have to go to networking events. You're going to have relationships, foster relationships with people that are at a higher level with you, even if you're just starting out or if you want to break into a market that you're not in. So you want to make sure that you are associated with the people that you want to be working with. And again, that's how I did it. When I first started, I didn't want to be the biggest wedding cake maker. I wanted to be the best in the area. So I hung out with the best of the best. That's what I did. And we worked on weddings together. And what happens is when you're in the room with those people, a couple things happen. First of all, you will be the first on their mind when they are thinking of who to refer. Okay, so like when they know you, the better they know you, and the better they know what you do and how you stand out, you're going to be the first on their mind when they're going to refer somebody. The second one is you cannot help but get inspired by these people. So it's only going to make you better when you're hanging around people that are better than you. Again, if you're breaking into it. And again, there's always going to be someone better than you. Just know that too. Like there's a ton of competition right now. So many people are coming on the market. I've been in the business for 28 years and I've seen a lot of people come and go, and now it is just, there's such talent out there. It's incredible. And it just makes me better, and it honestly just raises the bar for all of us, because the more we do to get better, the better everybody gets. Okay. So that's the third one you want to do, is you want to make sure that you're making these connections. And like I said, this can mean going to networking events, looking at who's out there, looking at who's doing the really premium work, looking at who is working with the people that you want to work with, and working on the weddings that you want to work with, and things that again align with your style and your quality of what you're offering. Okay, so make those connections. Okay, and then lastly, you just got to make sure you show up. So now it's time to follow through. Now it's time. This is go time, right? So say you just booked a really luxurious wedding with people that you've never worked with before, and now you're super, super grateful to be working on this job, right? You have to show up. You have to be on time. You have to be professional. You have to be responsible. You have to be accountable. You have to show up with exactly what you promised and more. You have to go above and beyond for that for that event, because a lot of these events that are called luxury or premium, they're going to have a lot more people working on them, and that means there's going to be a bigger team, and you're going to have to work with that whole team. And this is not the type of thing that you just have someone your neighbor go drop off a cake. You show up. I mean, I remember when I was super busy at the time. It was right before COVID, and we were just like cranking along, and I'm always looking for delivery people. And one of my colleagues said to me, he said, "What are you doing delivering wedding cakes? Why don't you just have someone do that?" And I was like, "Nope, I will never stop delivering my own wedding cakes, because my colleagues expect me to be there, and they appreciate that I'm there." And that's one thing that they've always said about me, like, "Oh, Jenny's going to show up." And now it's the point, like, they don't even have to check up on me. They don't have to check like my planner friends. They don't confirm if I'm going to be on time, or they don't confirm all those things. Like, we already know, because we worked in the industry together for so long, and they know me. They know the kind of responsible person that I am. So that's what you really have to do. You have to go above and beyond and show up and make sure that you are fulfilling every promise that earned you that luxury client, that premium client. Okay. So those are the four things. Okay. So you want to master your craft. You want to work on your branding, make sure your branding aligns with that. You want to make those connections, and then you really, really have to show up and make sure that that you show up consistently over and over again, and make sure you leave your ego at the door. No one is a diva at these kind of events. Like, we are working hard. And that's another thing I want to talk about too, is there are so many misconceptions about the premium market, the luxury market. Just because we are working on these weddings does not mean that they're going to be more profitable. A lot of times you're putting a lot more work into it than you get back. So I do both. I do premium weddings and I do mid weddings, and I find that there's advantages to both, because I'm not going to book a premium wedding every single weekend of my whole entire life and my whole entire career. So in order to run my household, I need a lot of weddings. I need a little bit of volume there. But if you do want to get into that, into that premium market, don't expect to just make more money. That doesn't necessarily happen. I mean, that's the biggest joke in the industry, is that, we can't even afford ourselves. If I were getting married, I would not be calling me. So keep that in mind too. It is more pressure. The standards are higher, but it's so fun. You get to really do your best work, and you really, again, you get to be a master of your craft, and this gives you a place where people will appreciate the difference that you're making, the difference that you are where you're showing up, and they will be willing to pay for that. And you want to be around the people that are willing to do that. And you want to be aligned with the people that are working in this sort of environment, so that, if you are offering something of higher quality than the regular standard that's out there, you'll be compensated. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about today briefly. If you do want to go into this deeper, I do offer one-on-one coaching, and we do have the Wedding Cake Business Academy coming out this year. So if you are looking to transition full time, or you're just starting, or you're into it but you want to go to the next level, just send me an email. We can set up a time to chat. It only takes a few minutes to see if we're a good fit. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about today. If you have any topics that you want a little weekly tip on, please drop it in the comments. And if you are working in the luxury market and you have an experience that you want to share, I'd love to hear it. So feel free to email me directly, or you can go ahead and post it in the comments. All right, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.